Okay, look at this exercise 1E, third Roman first problem. See, he gave us a circle having center at 2 comma minus 3. What is the radius of the circle? It is root of g square plus f square minus c. So I am getting 5 as the radius. Now he said that we have to find equation of a circle touching this circle internally at this point. So the way he has given for this first circle, you see the circle which I drew is nothing but this circle only. So this point is minus 1 comma 1. Now we want a circle touching this circle internally at minus 1 comma 1. That's what we are looking for. So observe that on the smaller circle we already have a point. All that you need is center of the circle. Now if I call this center as C2, this as C1, we know that this point, you can see that it is dividing. You see this is R1, this is R2. This point, if I call it A is dividing C1, C2 in the ratio R1 is to R2 externally. AC1 is to AC2 is nothing but 5 is to 2. 2 because he gave smaller circle radius as 2. So first we find the coordinates of C2 using this story. Observe that I can see C2 like this. Observe C1, C2 is 3 and C2A is 2. So this is 3 is to 2 ratio. C2 is dividing C1A in the ratio 3 is to 2. So we find C2 directly using 3 is to 2. You get coordinates of C2 and then you can write circle equation. Okay. So applying ratio it is minus 3 plus 4 by 5 comma 3 minus 6 by 5. So what am I getting? I am getting it as 1 by 5 comma minus 3 by 5. That is C2. Okay, you got the center. You have a point on the circle. So you can find the radius. You can find equation to the circle. I leave it there. Now actually this third Roman second problem we have already done it as a solved example. Okay, for fun I'll do second problem, second part I will do. Okay, so let me first see how the circles are placed. For that, for the first circle I am writing center which is minus 2 comma minus 1, and for the second circle center is 2 comma 1, and the radius of the first circle root of g square plus f square minus c which is 3, and for the second circle it is root of g square plus f square minus c. So I get 1. Now to see the relative positions, let me calculate C1, C2, R1 plus R2 and mod of R1 minus R2. This is 2, this is 4 and this is root of 16 plus 4, root 20 I am getting. So this is root 16. You can see that C1, C2 is greater than R1 plus R2. Therefore, the circles, they are like this. Now, we can have direct common tangents. A pair of direct common tangents are there and a pair of transverse common tangents are there. Earlier I have done a similar problem in which I found direct common tangents. For fun this time I will find transverse common tangents. You try direct common tangents. Now we know that for transverse common tangent, first of all we have to find that internal center of similitude. Okay, so I am going for internal center of similitude. So we know that this divides this C1, C2, line joining C1, C2 in the ratio R1 is to R2. So applying that R1 is to R2, it is minus 2 minus 1 and this is 2 comma 1. So applying the ratio, I'll have it as 6 minus 2 by 4 comma 3 minus 1 by 4. So I'm getting it as 1 comma 1 by 2. Now we can take any one circle and this point and one circle, and then you can draw tangents to it. What I do is, for fun, I'll go for this circle. Anything you can go for. Okay, first circle equation I'll take. So what is the first circle equation? X square plus y square. X square plus y square plus 4x plus 2y minus 4 equal to 0. And this is the point. From this point to this circle we have to draw tangents. Now here only we apply technique 2. I want you to observe that to find equations of these tangents, I already have a point on those tangents, 1 comma 1 by 2. All that I need is slopes of the tangents. Now to get the slopes of the tangents, you know how I start, the technique 2. I start with any line passing through this point and having slope m. Its equation is of the form y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Or from this I am getting 2y minus 1 is equal to 2mx minus 2m. Now sending everything to one side, I have 2mx minus 2y minus 2m plus 1 equal to 0. Now this is any line through the point 1 comma 1 by 2. Now we want those lines through this point which are tangents to this circle. Okay, so applying the condition for this line to be tangent, distance from center to the line is equal to radius is the condition. I get mod of minus 4m plus 2 minus 2m plus 1 by root of a square plus b square, 4m square plus 4 is equal to radius. So from this, what am I getting? If you clear the numerator, I'll have 6m minus 3. Cancelling a 3 on both the sides, I'll have 2m minus 1 is equal to root of 4m square plus 4 I am getting. So squaring on both the sides, I get 4m square minus 4m plus 1 is equal to 4m square plus 4. Cancelling 4m square on both the sides, I have 4m is equal to minus 3, or I have m is equal to minus 3 by 4. But we know that if the point lies outside, then from that point we can draw two tangents to the circle. Okay, but I am getting only one slope. That means the other line has no slope. That means the other line is parallel to y-axis. It means it is of the form x is equal to k. So one tangent is of the form x equal to k and it passes through 1 comma 1 by 2. It means that the equation of one of the tangents is x equal to 1 and one slope you have minus 3 by 4. So one tangent is, I'll get it as 3x plus 4y is equal to, it's passing through 1 comma 1 by 2, so I'll get 5. Okay, now similarly you can do the other part of the problem, that is finding direct common tangents to the circles. I leave it there. See these two problems 3 and 4, we simply apply technique 2, you'll get them. It is nothing but part of above problem only, this problem. Okay, even in fourth one, you see after applying technique 2, we are going to find slopes of these tangents. And once you have slopes m1 and m2, you simply apply tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2 to find the angle between them. So I leave this also. Okay. Now look at this problem. In this problem, he did not ask us to find the separate equations of the tangents. He has asked for pair of tangents. So the equation we know that it is nothing but s1 square is equal to s into s11. So here the point is nothing but the origin, he said. So taking the point as 0, 0 for this circle, if I write s1 square, I'll get x1 plus y1 plus g into x plus x1 plus f into y plus y1 plus c whole square is equal to s. S is as it is, we'll have x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c into s11. S11, you can see that when I put 0, 0 there, the first 4 terms become 0, you'll have only c. So what am I getting ultimately? I'm getting gx plus fy plus c whole square is equal to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c into c. So expanding the square on the left hand side and writing everything one side, I'll have x square into g square. Okay, for fun I'll write the square one time. It is g square x square plus f square y square plus c square plus 2fgxy plus 2gcx plus 2fcy is equal to cx square plus cy square plus 2gx plus 2cgx plus 2cfy plus c square I get. So observe that I can cancel these terms on both the sides. Now writing everything on one side, I'll have it as g square minus c into x square plus 2fgxy plus f square minus c into y square. I can cancel c squares also on both the sides. I'm getting is equal to 0. Now this is the equation to pair of tangents, and we know that for these lines to be perpendicular, I want coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square to be equal to 0. So I'll get g square minus c plus f square minus c is equal to 0. Therefore the condition is g square plus f square is equal to 2c. Okay, let's move on to next problem. See, this problem may look a little scary to some of the students, the sixth problem, but this is a very obvious one. You see, first of all, I want you to observe that for both the circles, the center is minus g comma minus f. That means the given circles are concentric circles, the way I have shown in the diagram. Okay, he said that from this circle, from a point on this circle, we are drawing tangents to this circle. So obviously this should lie inside the circle, inside this circle. It's obvious, you don't have to accept also, you can simply go for the radii. See, for the first circle, we know that the radius is nothing but g square plus f square minus c square root of. If I call this as r, now let me write the radius of the second circle. Okay, it is root of g square plus f square minus c. Look at c in the second circle. This is the constant. So subtracting that, I'll have minus g square plus f square cos square alpha minus c sin square alpha I get. So what am I getting from this? It is root of g square plus f square. If I take common, I'll have sin square alpha minus c sin square alpha. So taking sin square alpha common, I'll have g square plus f square minus c into sin square alpha I have. So this is nothing but root of g square plus f square minus c into sin alpha. I don't need a mod here for sin alpha because he said that alpha lies between 0 and pi by 2. So it is positive. Now I want you to observe that this is nothing but r only. So I get r sin alpha. So that is the radius of the small circle. For the smaller circle, the radius is r sine alpha. And we know that this angle over here is 90 degrees. Now, if I assume that the full angle is theta, and if I join center and this point from where I am drawing the tangent, observe that this angle will be theta by 2. So, in this right angle triangle, I want you to observe that I'll name it for fun. This is C, point is P, let the foot be N. In the right angle triangle C and P, sine theta by 2 if I take, it is opposite side by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is CP. We know that it is nothing but radius of the big circle, which is R. So what am I getting? I am getting sine theta by 2 is equal to sine alpha. It means that theta by 2 is equal to alpha. It means theta is nothing but 2 alpha, where theta is angle between the tangents. Hence proved. Okay.